If I asked you to go back to the year 2010, perhaps even the year 2000, who'd have thought that Australian motoring would end up where it is now? If I'd have told you in the year 2000 that the top two selling vehicles in Australia would both be dual cabs, you probably would have thought I needed my head read. If I'd have told you there'd be no more Commodore, you might have also sent me off to an institution to get a checkup. However, if I'd have told you that Genesis would exist as a sub-brand of Hyundai, like Lexus is to Toyota, you may not even have believed me at all. And yet, here we are. We've had a look at the Genesis G80. Today we have a look at their luxury large sedan, the G80. It's a great platform. Let's see what it's like to drive. The entry-grade G80 starts from $84,900 and the range topper starts from $99,900, both before on-road costs. The standard feature list is long as you'd expect, and either model has just about everything you need. Features include heated and cooled front seats, a whopping 14.3-inch infotainment screen, wireless smartphone charging, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and an excellent 21-speaker audio system. There's no doubt that the G80 has the feature list and build quality to appeal to the intended buyer. But looking back on our comments about Commodore and the best-selling dual cabs and who'd have picked what to happen when, what do you think Genesis will be doing in Australia in 10 years' time? Let us know in the comments section below. Now, we say it all the time, but the first element, I think, for a premium cabin is that sense of insulation. It's beautifully quiet and calm in this cabin. We're doing about 90 k's an hour on this road, and there's hardly any road noise, hardly any wind noise. It's really quiet in here. So I think you can tick that box in the Genesis G80. The other thing for me that really stands out is the infotainment, the driver display, the quality of the imagery. The graphics are fantastic. You've got a huge screen up there. Some of the stuff is a little harder to access, like being able to turn off all the driver assistance features if you want to is a little bit difficult to work out in the menu system there. But in terms of what's presented and the way it's presented, it's really beautifully executed. I think it's comfortable in here as well. The leather seats, the thick carpets, just everything adds up to make it a really comfortable and premium cabin. And I think the other key element, and possibly one of the biggest features of the G80 that really stands out, is the ride quality. This car rides beautifully. It's comfortable, soaks up bumps. The suspension never seems to be fussed by the road. If you do go through a bump or a pothole, it really resolves itself quickly and settles back down, and it just makes for a beautiful, comfortable drive. And this is a car that you can imagine getting in Sydney and driving all the way to Melbourne in comfort. It's just that kind of car. I think it'll suit that kind of buyer. You know, it's a little bit trite to say big car for a big country, but this car does make sense for Australian buyers in that way. And I think the cabin of the G80 is really well executed. The G80 2.5T gets a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, making 224 kilowatts and 422 newton metres, which sits it not that far behind the old 3.8 litre NA V6. The entry-level platform is rear-wheel drive with an 8-speed automatic. The range topper, on the other hand, is the 3.5 litre twin-turbo V6, which makes a smooth 279 kilowatts and 530 newton metres. This platform gets an electronically controlled all-wheel drive system and the same excellent 8-speed automatic transmission. The ADR fuel claims of 8.6 litres per 100 kilometres and 10.7 litres per 100 kilometres are both respectable. No surprise at all then that the G80 is a particularly accomplished large luxury sedan. We expected that from Genesis and they've delivered. I'll tell you what's interesting though, and not every Australian buyer will agree with me on this one, but having driven the GV80, which is their large SUV, and now this, the G80, I think if I was choosing between the two, I'd actually go for the sedan. Now I say that Australians won't agree with me because we love SUVs and we buy them in enormous numbers, but I think if I had to pick, I'd probably go this way because the ride is beautiful, the cabin's beautiful, and I think it's a lovely looking vehicle as well. So let us know what you think in the comments section below. Click on like if you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, the full review is at caradvice.com.